The 2020 pandemic created a major shift in the world, and that is something we are all familiar with. For many, it meant extra time at home during quarantine to do things we normally wouldn't have time to do. For some, that would mean catching up on reading or picking up a book for maybe the first time in years. Today, I want to talk about what reading looks like post-pandemic. So how much time did people spend a day reading in 2020? Reading went up from 17 minutes a day in 2019 to 20 minutes a day in 2020. The most popular genres post-pandemic are graphic novels at number 1, fantasy at number 2, young adult, and romance. In March of 2020 specifically, romance saw a huge peak in sales, but adult nonfiction surprisingly plummeted. People no longer wanted to read about self-help, business, or history, perhaps because we are all living through a major traumatic event in history, and these books about self-help or business didn't really relate or have relevance to a world post-pandemic. Instead, kids' activity books and education books saw a rise in sales due to kids staying at home with mom and dad, along with books on first aid, outdoor skills, and home repair. And after May of 2020, books on race exploded in popularity. Some of the most popular authors of that year were Black authors, including Britt Bennett, Ibram X. Kendi, and Isabel Wilkerson. People may think that digital copies are taking over, and while they have seen an increase in sales, print books prove to be more popular. Unfortunately, a post-pandemic world has negatively impacted kids' reading skills. Reading time has gone down for children. First to fourth graders' oral fluency stopped in 2020, but began to pick back up in the fall due to the work of our wonderful teachers. But it was not enough to make up for the major setback, and second and third graders are the most affected by this. It's estimated that kids are 30% behind the reading level they should be at, and problems with reading can interfere with learning other subjects. A post-pandemic world has taught teachers that individualized reading plans are important, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. In 2022, 2 years after the start of the pandemic, we are still feeling the effects of it and the effects of it on our reading habit. It's wonderful to know that we are seeing an increase in reading for education or pleasure, but it's important to focus on people who need our help, which are children. Children are our future, and we have to invest in them and spend the extra time to get them back at the reading standard they should be at. As for ourselves, make sure you're getting in your 20 minutes of reading a day.